This K-drama has unseated my favorite K-drama of all time, which was Reply 1988.
Wow! That's
Like,
big.
ito na
I
talaga
love
yung
it.
number one. Yun yung sa akin na parang if you could get through the first few episodes na nakakapagod panoorin. Actually, hindi ako nahook sa first tranche ng labas eh. First four, ang sigawan kasi masyado. As in, sigaw lang na sigaw, nakakapagod siyang panoorin. Pero parang, sige, let's push through. After you get through that, na parang same lang din sa Journey Code Reply 1988, kailangan mo tapusin muna yung first few episodes tapos you'll really like dive through it. So parang after ko nang mag-surrender na, okay, it's that kind of K-drama. Sigawan lang sila lahat. As in, grabe talaga yung pag-depict nila. I love how it's a story that spans generations. And it's not just the story of people, but also of the place you're in and how that affects everything. And how that also affects how mothers make decisions, how kids make their decisions, how everybody wants to get out of this island. Kasi parang siguro mahilig din ako dun sa mga ganong mga stories. Yung parang trying to get away.
Yes.
Tapos pag nag-get away ka, ma-realize mo na, wait, home is home. Yung mga ganyan, ewan ko, sobrang, I really like how everything was laid out. And honestly, yun nga, si Mommy, yung pinaka-super favorite ko dito. Every time may mga flashback sila sa Jeju, kapag magkakasama na yung mga henyo, nandun sila sa dalampasigan, yung ganon. As in, yun yung mga sobrang mas gusto ko na scenes na just like JJ, I'm not a fan of like mga medyo mas luma, mga historical. Pero ito kasi yung mga nag-stand out. Like, yung batang Esun tsaka Guanxik. Sobrang favorite ko yung si Guanxik na sunod lang ng sunod kay Esun. Na parang, anong gusto mo maging paglaki mo? Ako, magiging presidente ako ng Korea. Eh ikaw, first lady. Yung mga ganon, parang mas favorite ko yun. As in, I feel like this was a success of the writers and the director more than the actors. Yun lang yung feeling ko dito sa K-drama na to.
Dagdag ko lang, kasi yung question mo is, ano yung feels? Ano yung mga feels tungkol sa drama? Inisip ko, ano yung feels? Nalungkot ako, natuwa ako, nagalit ako. Tapos, nung nakita ko kasi yung tanong, tapos nagre-reflect ako, anong feels? Parang na-feel ko yung lahat ng pwedeng ma-feel. And then come to think of it, it's para sa documentation of life from young age towards the end of nung life ni
Esun.
At
ni Guanxik.
So come to think of it, naisip ko, para siyang epic na sinaklaw niya yung isang buong buhay.
Correct.
Isang buong
Generation,
spanning different generations. And it's about a life well lived.
Yes!
It's a summary of a life well lived in 16 episodes.
Correct.
To add siguro doon, parang what it doesn't try to show you the perfect life. Kaya rin ako nahook kasi parang may mga moments na parang feeling ko, ano ba tong si Esun? Bakit ba siya ganyan? Parang yung utak ko, parang fina-fight niya yung fact na she's an imperfect person. Alam mo yun? And the rest of them are also very imperfect. But then that's the beauty of the show. What you see is what you get. Alam mo yun? You cannot, kahit nabida sila, and that, as characters, they're written as people who are very loyal. Alam mo yun, they care for their family. They have so much love to give. Their love is so passionate and so parang fierce, but at the same time, they're just still people. Alam mo yun, they have their own flaws. And I like that it's not being hidden here. Alam mo yun, parang until the very end nga actually, parang kumbaga wala naman silang resolve. You know what I mean? Parang yes, as, like may conflict yung mother and daughter, si Esun, tsaka si
Gumyong.
si Gumyong, ganun. Parang it's not completely resolved. Because in life, these things in family, it doesn't need, there are things that need that kind of, diba? But sometimes it is just what it is. And you just need to live with it.
Yeah.
And like live life the best possible way that you can.
Yeah.
So,
and also like how, sige, we can call like the supposed husband of Esun the villain. But in essence, if you look at it, there's no villain. It's just them living life, making decisions based on what's happening to their circumstances. Sobrang hard relate po.
Correct. Alam mo, hindi ko alam, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-mm.
Parang wala masyado dito sa dramang ito, wala yung usual Korean tropes.
Oo.
Yung mga nakaka-cringe. Pero minsan hinahanap mo siya depende sa tipo ng drama. Minsan hinahanap mo, pero ako pag nakikita ko, meron na namang ganyan, yung episode, magkakahiwalay sila, magkakasalubong na lang pero hindi magkikita yung mga usual Korean tropes na usually nakikita mo in different K-dramas. Wala dito sa dramang ito. Kasi nga, tulad nung sinabi ninyo, it's reality. It's about alive.
Yeah.
Correct. And at the same time, it is also very depicted in the most unrealistic way. It's just so beautifully shot. Like everything, the cinematography is so great. Like, wala si Monica Sibel dito para mag-comment on the color grading. But I will attempt with this comment that ang ganda lang ng pagkulay nito. And like,
lalo na yung field of canola.
Oh my gosh,
flowers.
yes. Oh my God. And then yung last scene, yung paakit sila ng hagdan, tapos biglang nag-spring. So, naging pink yung mga flowers.
Ang ganda. Ang sakit-sakit napaka-bittersweet nung eksenang nun. Yung hirap na siyang maglakad. Tas, tara, tingnan natin yung mga flowers.
Before, sige, ganito. Parang before we get to like the other questions, I just want to ask para lang to kind of like round out this question about our feels about the show. What's your favorite scene of all of the scenes in this K-drama?
Siguro, basta nandun siya sa pinaka-top. Madami kasi talaga akong favorite Pero yung pinaka nag-resonate sa akin right now is yung kasal na ni Gumyong. Ang ganda lang nung buong scene na yung pagkakadepict na parang nung nasa labas siya, naghihintay na siya para itawag siya to walk down the aisle. Tapos nun, yung dad niya, si Guanxik, yung buong montage na, kung ayaw mo, you can just back out. Daddy's here. And then may buong flashback na nung lahat ng mga moments sa buhay. Naiyak ako sa buhay niya na sinabi yun ng daddy niya sa kanya na kahit anong mangyari, your dad will be here for you. Ang ganda-ganda nung montage na yun. Cut to her walking down the aisle and then yung dad niya looking back and seeing her grow up in front of his eyes from a little girl going to like the IU na IU talaga. To the Gumyong who is now ready to get married. And ang ganda nung basag nung buong scene yung basag na biglang parang yung character ni Sono was like, sabi ko sa'yo, yung tatay mo yung iiyak sa kasal And then si Ayu yung parang umiiyak na, umiiyak yung tatay ko. Tapos iyak-iyak siya. Tapos parang si Sono was like, itutuloy pa ba natin to? Tapos parang si Ayu, ikakasal tayo! Ang ganda ng break Yung parang iyak na iyak ka, tapos tatawa ka. Pero I love how they were able to make it because like, a wedding is as much a parent's occasion as it is the
wag mo sasabihin yan kay kay Padilla.
Kay Dennis Padilla. Punyeta siya. Wag siyang kapag absentee father ka, wala kang karapatan. Kung abusive parent ka at husband, wala kang karapatan.
Panonood ko lang nung interview ni Marjorie.
Pero ang ganda lang nung buong execution, nung buong ang ganda din, very simple acting, walang OA, medyo nuanced. And it just really spoke so much to me and just showed everything from different perspectives. Kaya ang ganda. Isa yun sa mga favorite ko.
Ganda nun.
Probably, pinaka-favorite scene ko. Nung nalaman natin na na-reincarnate yung
as the editor.
Siya pala yung publisher, siya yung editor, editor. Tapos, hindi, sabi niya, binabasa niya yung tula, tapos sinasabi niya, hindi ko alam ba't ako naiiyak at bakit parang proud na proud ako sa kanya. Tapos nag-montage na ng mga flashbacks na yung mga eksena na maliit na bata na nakuha ng singsing.
Correct.
Na yung bumili dun sa palengke. Siya pala yun.
Correct.
At nagkatotoo yung wish nung mami niya. Kasi nung simula, di ba, sinabi nung nanay niya na maging boss ka ha. Gusto niya maging ng desk job. Nangyari sa kanyang reincarnation. Ganda-ganda.
And then, to add, di ba parang may mga recurring statement dun sa show na parang, I think si Gumyong towards Aesun, na para ang sabi niya is, what if you were given a better life than what you have now? Alam mo yun? Na parang what if, actually kay Guanxik din, sinasabi rin niya kay Aesun na parang, what if hindi kita kinuha? Alam mo, hinayaan kita to flourish and be the woman that you could possibly be. Alam mo yun? And then, yung nanay, and I like that na merong ganong kind of like spiritual, magical quality towards that scene. Kasi parang, alam mo yun, ang ganda lang na may ganong pagkapasok. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng tao naniniwala sa reincarnation, but it's such a nice fuzzy feeling to kind of, sort of be implied na, alam mo yun, her dreams for her mother came true in a way. Kasi nga naging boss siya.
Correct.
It's so nice.
Speaking of the mom as well, isa din yun sa mga sobrang favorite scenes ko, yung reveal kung bakit si Lola binilhan ng boat si Aesun siya kasi Guanxik.
Yes.
As in, sobrang, ang ganda-ganda kasi, yung sobrang saya ni Ayu, nabuntis pa siya, diba? Na parang, eto na!
Ingay niya.
Diba ang ingay niya? Very Rosana Roses. Very Bakia, diba?
Grabe naman, Ayu as Rosana Roses?
Diba?
Nawapoy siya doon,
Sobrang wapoy, sobrang bakiyang-bakya, diba? Yung nakaduster na malaki yung tiyan na, eto na kami! Kapitan na yung asawa ko! Yung ganun, yung parang, the joy of that. And, biglang yung reveal, like, okay, sa utak ni Aesun, binigay sa akin ng lola ko kasi first granddaughter ako first grandchild ako, deserve ko to. Pero hindi niya alam yung deeper na, yung nanay niya nakiusap, umiyak, nakipag-usap talaga na ibigay mo to sa kanya. Pag humingi siya ng tulong sa'yo, ibigay mo to sa kanya. Yung reveal na yon sobrang grabe din talaga yung impact sa puso ko na ang galing lang din talaga what parents do and how it affects everything.
Yeah.
Bago siya mamatay, no? Inasikaso niya talaga.
Correct.
Suot ang kanyang blue twin set.
Correct.
And the thing is, parang she put on her best self.
Exactly.
Alam mo yun? Because you know that that's something that she will do, like siguro 0.001% in her life, and she will only do it for the right reason. Alam mo, and the right reason is her daughter. Siguro sasakin ko rin yung statement na yun kasi biglang nag-flashback sa akin yung scene na yun. Naputang na sobrang nakakaiyak. Ito yung nasa photo studio sila, di ba? Oo. Sa ano yun yung uso ng photo studio sa atin natin, Viz?
Yes.
Sa Hiyas Photo Studio siya. Tapos nun, and then, di ba yung lola, when she was about to pass away na, parang medyo nagkaroon siya ng ganong klaseng bumalik doon, tapos kaya may ganong klaseng full circle moment. I really love yung mga ganong injections. Alam mo yun? Na parang, kasi parang it helps you realize kung ano yung relationships ng mga tao.
Connections.
Yung connections nila and how deep it goes. Alam mo yun? And people, they might be in conflict with each other, but end of the day, ani pa nga ng director, it's all about love. And alam mo yun, the people are so imperfect, but if they function and, believe in love, parang they'll find common ground. And yung common ground nila ay yung anak niya, si Aesun.
Tsaka ang amazing, no, yung connection, yung status nila sa present. Paano nag-start doon sa mga, nare-remind tayo doon sa mga flashbacks.
Ang ganda nung pagkaka-inject na ng mga flashback. Sobra. Now that we're getting so deep into this, at nafe-feel ko na we're all feeling a lot of stuff already. Because this show really brings that out of you. Medyo, I feel nga it's cathartic. May ganun siyang, it really pulls it out of you. Alam mo yun?
Yes.
May point na parang tang-ina masyado ng MMK, pero parang at the same time, it is also very real.